Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Lara Croft, Temple of Osiris. Let's continue. So, we're doing the DLC temple. It's failing to amuse, quite simply. Every time I accidentally run into the fire, I die immediately. So, I have to be careful of that. And in a weird way, I was kind of suggesting that there should be well, that's, I guess, one way to speed up this puzzle. I was suggesting that if we ran into more enemies outside of specific areas, that might be a good experience. This is not going to work, and I don't really have enough time now. Probably needed to blow up this so I could do this. See, this time bomb is going to blow up and I'm still not going to collect the red skull. Surprised I survived that, but I didn't because I hit the fire. So it feels almost like that red skull is intentionally there to tease you and kill you. I'm gonna ignore it and instead just solve this puzzle. The fact that you have to blow up these alligators makes it a much worse experience than it should be. Had you beaten the main game and they introduced explosive guns so that you didn't have to use your bomb to blow up those enemies, that would have been interesting. Perhaps they could have also introduce just explosive bullets as a upgrade halfway through the game. That probably would have been fine too. So to solve this puzzle, I have to do something slightly dangerous. I have to put the ball here, put that here, and then I have to run around. And notice I got far enough away that it didn't. What happened there, game? See, when you step on this, I somehow blew the ball all the way up there. It shouldn't have done that. That was not what it should have happened. Some games, I wouldn't have said this game particularly, have this element in which the physics are not calculated correctly or not calculated as accurately the further away the player characters are. Remember, this is a 4-player co-op game, so there really is no reason why that should be the case. And the games that do have that are things like Assassin's Creed, which is kind of notorious for being buggy because of that, or at least in part because of that. So the only thing I can guess is maybe I'm supposed to be way back this way, and I'm just supposed to get the distance right. That didn't work either. Okay, maybe I was misunderstanding quite how this puzzle worked. Regardless, I'm falling and dying a lot. So I guess that it's a slightly simpler puzzle than when I first thought. It looked like this first part was not working when I stood on it. But that could have just been bad programming on the part of the developer. Or intentional programming to make it impossible to solve this with multiple players. Which, I guess, come to think of it, all of these tombs become stupidly easy with multiple players, don't they? You are not really required to roll the ball anywhere. If the other players can just go stand on the switch while you do the platforming so that you can activate the other switch to deactivate all the puzzle. I have to really wonder about all those time challenges also. Like, we've seen challenges to beat every level in a certain amount of time. See, this is what's happening. And the game's just glitched. It's just straight up glitched, I think. I mean, how much do I want to put into this? Because I'm already not satisfied with this game. The DLC has, more than anything, just made me unsatisfied and unhappy with the experience. Yeah. Let's go. Right. Let this time bomb blow up. Let's put one right about here. Wait for this to happen. Position this right on the edge here. Yeah. Okay. So apparently going around also screws it up. If this is the way you're supposed to solve the puzzle, then what they needed to introduce and what's missing here is a very obvious extended length of time with a timer bomb like this that simply could not make it through being pushed all the way through all of this. Trying to jump. This will make the second time I've made it onto the platforms. And then we have to run around here. And clearly this is a bug fixing metric here where so you couldn't bounce the ball onto the switch. Which arguably maybe you still could. See, previously I was thinking like really tiny scarabs or insects, desert foxes, I don't know if they're native to Egypt, rats, things like that would have been pretty appreciated to have something to kill, just to try and stretch out this game in better ways. Although I'm kind of going in circles with that logic, because I'm not happy with the experience I'm having, but also I'm not happy with the length of the game. And in weird circular logic, because I'm not happy with the length of the game, I'm not really happy with the experience I'm having. So one assumes that I am supposed to do this. And if I somehow manage to kill myself in this process and have to do this puzzle again, I think that's pretty good grounds for a rage quit. Like, this feels like I need to blow this up while I'm standing on it. I do. That's new. That is really, really new. And to introduce that maneuver in DLC, in a single DLC level, is crazy. And I imagine maybe it would have helped you in some other places, but it certainly wasn't needed. And there I died, so we cross your fingers on this, on a checkpoint. Although, maybe not. Like, since I'm pretty much in 100% complain mode now with this game, maybe the rage quit is the way to go. And there's gotta be more level here. Like, alright. So, what am I supposed to be doing? These are slowly coming up, and can I cross on the edge? No. So the game has given me a red circle around my character, and I'm not sure if that was always there. I'm gonna go up here, gotta come over here. This is nice. It's like the game Catherine. And I cannot jump off and hook in the back. Like I have to. Whenever I think about playing that game, Catherine, I have to wonder about the gameplay mechanic itself. I kind of want to play the story. I kind of don't want to play this experience of having to climb up a lot of platformers and die a lot. There's no challenge, by the way, for like not taking damage here during any of this. So this is really just some speedrun strats, and that's kind of it. See, you can see the ledge is already there, but until it decides to unlock. Right. So you really do kind of have to jump. So we're still getting all of this experience, but I'm safe at this point, it seems. So I'm just collecting these kind of pointless gems. There was an opportunity there, instead of rocks just flying from the sky, to have had a bunch of crocodiles throwing grenades at you to do the same thing, and then as you approach them, they could have gotten knocked off the platform themselves, and that would have just been a better scene in general. So we're getting what? An Osiris statue as Osiris. So I wonder if it would have been a different skin had I been wearing Lara Croft's skin. If I would have gotten a Lara statue at that point. And we missed one red skull. We didn't do it under 10 minutes. And I don't know how in the world you would have been able to do it.
Sandals? Seems a little dangerous around all these traps.
Our civilization ruled for centuries and accomplished great feats. The clothes do not matter.
Clearly it mattered enough to get matching outfits with your mom. You two have the same dressmaker?
You're mocking me, aren't you?
That's... seems like an unfair thing to say, considering it's very possible that the limitations of clothing during ancient Egyptian time were not very... there just wasn't very much of variety. Of course, these would be also ancestral robes of sorts. And yeah, there's just a lot of things around. Things that you can swing on and potentially die on. I could reduce with the inventory the prices. Let's see, where is the one item that reduces prices? I don't think it's actually one of these items. Regenerate ammo. This Shemet's Wrath was one of the items that we just collected. Agent Ring. 10% cheaper items. And again, I just have no idea what the end game here is to do that. Like, is there a certain point where if I have a ring that would let me reduce the prices down by 50% or 90%, I could then purchase every single thing in this area? Because I kind of feel like these areas are areas that are unique to each player, so that would be my guess. And well, it doesn't matter because each player can open the chests even though that there's a bunch here. So in theory, if for some insane reason you played this game over and over again and got items, you, in theory, yes, you could open every single chest here. Let's see, I'm not too far away from that. It would just require you to have, right now, as it is, 900 more there, plus, let's see, 225 plus another 225, which would be 1350, plus 450 plus 450, which would be like 2250. Let's see, plus, are these resetting? I'm pretty sure I opened these. Yeah, they're refilling themselves too. So again, let's see what new item we got. Something that's really not important, something that's not really that important, something that's not important, something that's not important, and something that's not important. It's like crazy that all of these things are here and available to collect, but there's no gameplay reason to actually do it. put us right back here towards the other DLC. Let's just switch from the Osiris outfit back to Lara Croft traditional, I guess. Yeah. And see, I know there's like a battle challenge on the map in some places, but I couldn't care less about those battle challenges. They needed to be in the tombs. So maybe I need to play like the first tomb over again and see if maybe there's some battle challenges in it. At the very least, that would make sense. What would be the first tomb? Tomb of the Timekeepers, I guess? Because you can't really do the Pyramid of Osiris. Well, Pyramid of Osiris is labeled as the next thing, but maybe we could. The very first level is unlockable again. Otherwise, it seems like you can't even do that section. See, this is the other $5 tomb, Tomb of the Hoarfrost. Light all the braziers. Yeah, last time we had a challenge like that, we didn't succeed. Collect 5 skulls, grab all the gems on the collapsing bridge. Complete the tomb under 10 minutes, kill an enemy by exploding the mummy's self-destructive attack. And there's apparently 2 pickups in this level to get.
Doesn't look like we'll get a reprieve from this cold.
It kind of makes some pretty obvious sense that this was going to be in the main game during the frozen section. Not a bad thought. Frankly, to have some more levels in the main game, that would have been actually really good. Let's see, and how many braziers did I miss already? Just looking around. And see, that is your 4x combo, so I would have to take no damage for the rest of the game if I wanted to get a gold score. That's pretty much how it works. That's not 100% accurate or realistic, though. I also kind of wonder, how does your score work when playing with other players?
Doesn't look like we'll get a reprieve from this cold.
Let's just skip all of this. Like, since we're at the end of the game already, I don't really have a reason to want to mess with all of that. Alright, I'm about to die from the cold.
Doesn't look like we'll get a reprieve from this cold.
It feels a lot like that previous section puzzle. Just, I guess I was supposed to jump there, and then roll, or die, whatever.
Doesn't look like we'll get a reprieve from this cold.
In modern day video games, dying all the time is not acceptable. Sadly, it was acceptable in the old days. A lot more than it should have been. Making bad games was also very acceptable in the old days. And this is kind of one of those experiences that feels like it is. What am I supposed to be doing here? Am I supposed to jump and like, I can't even see, so I'm gonna have to just like blind jump here. So, am I supposed to be killing all these people? Is that the trick? Come on. I'm getting shot by all kinds of things. That is stepped on. Unless there's something that I'm not recalling. Like, all I see is that there's a wind. And was my beam always blue? Like, standing, jumping, jump that way. Wow. This is pretty ridiculous. Oh, I forgot about this part. Wow, I've so lost it. I've so lost the plot that I totally forgot about the thing I needed to do.
We should be able to get through, but it won't last for long.
And of course the game's not going to be generous and turn off these ice sections. That was too much work for the first part of a temple. I probably already missed like one brazier.
This does not look forgiving.
You see, with the whole checkpoint system, you could easily like miss one brazier. And needing to animate a ice version of the fire platform seems a little crazy. I think for the most part he could have made that just simply by not.
I think we are safe now. Not
By
quite.
doing what I just did, I guess. Just avoiding everything. Looking around to see if maybe there's a red skull that I missed. The fact that I haven't seen one so far tells me that this level is going to be about as probably long as the previous DLC level, which wasn't super long. It was probably longer than the levels in the main game, which is a problem, but it wasn't long enough, in my opinion, to be broken up to a second level. Seems like they probably felt like they couldn't make 2 extra pieces of
DLC.
DLC.
We could hold on to that ledge.
Because
Careful.
just have to be slightly careful. the checkpoint. So the next part of this would be to pull this back and go in circles. Alright. Do that. We'll just ignore all those people. Grab that. And fighting people. It's kind of hard to tell. I think there's a challenge. Yeah. Kill an enemy using a non-self-destruct attack. There was a challenge with that, is that it? We probably need to come over here, however. Kill that. Like, I barely have any health. So I'm trying not to take on these enemies one-on-one. I didn't feel like I picked up a health kit there, but I'm now looking down at my level of health, and I guess my health regeneration ability actually does seem to work when you activate your power shot. Which is an interesting thought, because that probably means that there have been times in the past where my item, here, the Winter Copper Ring of Abundance, which is ammo efficiency, like, why do that's not what it should be. It should be, let's see, cold resistance, defense speed, ammo efficiency, and 10% cheaper items. Will equip that for sure. So 10% cheaper items and 10% cheaper items now would be interesting to see how that stacks. Yeah, my power shot has regenerating ammo and bomb reload plus and regenerating health. So that item is supposedly refilling my ammo and my health, and it seems like it did it pretty well on the health really fast, but the ammo doesn't seem like it's happening. So I don't know if maybe, even though the blue bar is a lot shorter than the green bar, maybe I have a lot more capacity for ammo than I think I do. I guess that's the case, or just ammo regeneration is a lot slower. I am now sitting here watching it slowly, really slowly fill up. But it's not like all the games are that long anyway. All the enemies require so many bullets, or the shooting mechanic is that so long that it makes sense. Well, it's been another 30 minutes. With any luck, the next recording will be it for this game. I'm not as mad at the game this recording than I was the previous recording, but this is still way too expensive and really not giving me anything new. Sadly to say that the DLC is probably worth it, it's just the main game isn't. Not as how I'm saying it right now. And then I guess if the 10% discount and the 10% discount stacks, unless I find an item that gives me more than 10% discount, the best you're ever going to get is 20% discounts, which is still not enough. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.